All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and, get our work session kicked off. Can everybody hear me? All right. We're gonna ask our Park and Rec Director, Steve Masters, to open us up in prayer tonight.
Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for our many blessings. Thank you for the opportunity to come together in this great city, in this great country. Help us make decisions as for the betterment of the people of our community and live with us in everything we do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Steve. All right, so we do have our work session agenda in front of us, and we're gonna ask that the Talladega County Drug and Violent Crime Task Force go first, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Good evening, it's good to be with you. I apologize if we were not on the agenda.
No, it's fine, we always make time for you guys.
Well, I appreciate that, but I know your time's valuable, and I wouldn't just show up, you know that. But
We get paid by the hour. We get paid by the hour.
Oh, no. Anyway, we got your packet there. It's, we're asking for the same as we did last year. It's $82,940. You have, since the last time I was here recently, your chief has assigned a plan to the task force. We're very proud of that. Officer Peoples doing a great job. We were just talking about it. He's involved heavily in the first 2 weeks it's been on. Glad to have that. And I'll emphasize to you what I have to every other jurisdiction I've been to is the violent crime aspect of it. That is something that we have utilized, unfortunately, in the last year more than we have in the whole time we've had it. But that's something that we bring to you to do your drug cases, assist with your drug cases, and also assist your violent crime. And Sylacauga, like everybody's been in this from the beginning, and I certainly hope that you can see your way to continue to fund us. We'll continue to do good things with your money and try to fight this crime. That's his officer. I got Christina Kilgore, Chief Deputy here, and Mike Robertson, Commander of the Task Force. They're always with me. And unfortunately, Mr. Brewer there got to hear the same pitch earlier this year. He was at the Talladega County Commission meeting when I presented to them, so he's heard this before. I'll ask you any questions you've got, or Mr. Robertson or Ms. Kilgore, anybody you have, we'll certainly try and answer.
So, you got time?
Yeah, D.A. Gibbons.
Yes.
I'm looking here in my packet. Could you help me find where our drug issue was last year and where we are this year?
You're talking about how much the, no, you're not talking about the numbers.
Yes, sir.
We've got the numbers for this year. I do not have,
Third quarter and to date fiscal year.
I've got the third quarter in there, and the fiscal year to date would be those numbers.
Okay.
That would be the one page says the third, FY 2025 third quarter, and then the last page is the entire fiscal year, so far to date.
Yes, sir. Okay.
I don't, anybody else have any questions?
No,
Would you
thank
see-
Appreciate everything you do.
I just have a curiosity. Would you see from 24 to 25 an increase in those or decrease or kind of average?
Increase in drugs?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, maybe, so,
It's mainly like fentanyl
Mhm.
increase.
Okay,
And methamphetamine.
okay.
so is there any way, so as of right now, we haven't received, the budget from the mayor, so we can't even consider this. So we do appreciate having this information. So once we get some budget work sessions set up, we may submit some questions, but what I was gonna ask, since Ashton and they asked the question they asked, is there a way that every year y'all come and give this to us, we can get like a 3-year average, so we can just, see where we are, if it's increasing or decreasing?
I tell you
Or
what,
is
I can do that. I won't wait till next year.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully I'll still be here. But I'll get that to you, sent to you very quickly. I can get that compiled at the office, and I'll send it to you in the next few days.
Okay, and it's
The
just,
last 3 years is what you're asking for?
yeah, just based on this sheet, and then just like every year, maybe it can just be the last 3 years, just to kind of see like, you know what I'm saying, what's going on, and we can just try to kind of get an average.
I'll be glad to do that.
All right.
As quick as we can.
Okay, so again, thank you for this information. We can't give you an answer right now because we haven't received the, budget from the mayor, but as soon as we start having budget work sessions, we'll let you guys know if we have any questions, and then we'll let you know, what happens as far as you guys in the budget.
Okay, as always, appreciate your time, appreciate what you've done, for the county by being in this, and again, with anything I can do for you, I certainly will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, D.A.
Thank you for having me.
All right, y'all. All right, next on the agenda is David, Burrows, B-Tech, to discuss IT services provided during fiscal year 25. You doing all right tonight?
Good, how are y'all doing?
Good. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
So I believe, Randy, you had wanted me to answer, I think, a few questions about some of the services that we've been providing for the city, is that correct?
And y'all have some questions too, right? All right, you want to start, Laura? So we do have some questions.
I want him to start.
Oh, well, go ahead. I thought he was telling,
No, no, it's okay, yeah, I know we're limited on time, but I'm David Burrows, I'm actually the managing director, I'm also the owner of B-Tech. We've been providing the services for the city, for both IT services, maintenance services, and security services, and also trying to work on compliance and regulatory requirements for you guys for last year. So Luann had reached out, I guess it was earlier this week, Mondays, Friday, and asked that I come speak with you guys about some of the services that we're providing. I will have to be very careful, especially from the security side of what we discuss in public. So I'd be more happy to, answer general questions, but about some of the very specific services that you guys may be deficient in, or holes that we may plug. I'll just be very careful about the way I answer those questions.
Okay, so where do you want to start?
He just answered it. That's why I wanted him to go first.
Okay.
So with the block time that we kind of scheduled in the contract, so to speak, that's guaranteed time, or is that block time that, if used, that's what we pay, or is that just, you
Yes.
use that time every quarter or every
Yeah,
month?
as needed basis. So typically with managed services, we've got several cities that we deal with. We've got over 250 companies that we provide IT services for. We work with lots of companies and organizations. Most of them do not have internal IT, some of them do. For example, I've got one financial investment company that gets audited by the SEC. The same security stack and same security services that the city runs on, they handle around $7 billion in management assets. So still got a decent amount of work to do, but typically what we do is we come in and do multiple projects. We do assessments and kind of see what's there. This one was a little bit different, just based on a few days in the first week before the city determined that they wanted us to come in. You guys wanted us to come in and kind of do a handle of things. I was very hesitant about pulling the trigger on some of the stuff that we initially found. After talking to staff members at different departments, it seemed like everybody was interested in trying to get things done the right way, trying to get you on track with where you guys needed to be, so we went ahead and moved forward with it. You guys are not in any kind of long-term contract, you guys are actually on a month-by-month contract.
So does the month to month, does it cost more?
Yeah, so again, sorry, I got off track there, but typically what we do is we'll come in, do an assessment, have special projects that we'll do. It's okay, look, these are the first areas that we need to do. I can actually provide that for you guys. We actually probably have an original copy of that from the very beginning, where, we're making assumptions on certain things that, we're assuming that your software systems are up to date. You've got recent versions of Windows, you've got antivirus or EDR, that you've got good backups, that you're compliant with, police department, good compliance, ESS, you take credit cards, a number of things like that. So we typically have assumptions in there, but if we come across with a high-level assessment, we say, okay, look, this is a major thing, say backups. If we walk in and say you do not have any backups, we would come in and say, okay, we're going to make a proposal. This is what your total support services are going to cost per month, which is still a flat budget, all on-site, all remote support. But here are special projects that we need to try to get some pricing on and try to get this stuff out. Yours was a little bit different in that there were so many things that you had that I could not do a price because there were so many projects and things. And I talked to my managers about, we didn't want to, just make an assumption and just overinflate prices, making sure that we've done it. So we just decided we'll just give you a cheap hourly rate and we'll give you a decent discount. You guys can burn off hours like you want. So you're getting close to the point where we can have a flat budget. There may still be things like we need some cabling done, some extra lines done. We're working on a few security issues here from a compliance standpoint. And so, that would have fallen under some type of special projects, but right now we're just kind of peeling off those hours. But the goal is to get you on a flat budget, no different than any other IT department within any other organization. Hey, VTech, what is our budget for the year? What do you think? It costs this much.
So if we were able to get on a flat budget or contract, will you give us a separate list of what this contract does not entail and a dollar amount on what these
Absolutely,
services would
yes.
cost?
Yeah.
And also too, we would like to know, what is covered under that, contract?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I think that's where the, confusion was, because like on this, it'll say, block time for August, but then it has, like you said, the network cabling for August is a separate cost. And then here it says block work time for September, then it says manage SBCS for September.
So right now, you get and typically you'll get 2 invoices a month. In the future, you'd only get 1, except for special projects. Say we've got a new building that we're building, right? So we need cabling, we're hiring 10 new people, we need 8 ADTs for the patrol cars, get those configured. So those would all kind of be special projects.
I got another question. So if we were able to get into a contract, are there any things that you guys have already done that will just be annually, or some of these things will be every 3 years or every 5 years, so we can know how to better budget for it?
It's called life cycle management. So we've got software, and we do inventory reports, serial numbers. We did the list. I don't know when, if we've given you one or not yet, about the depreciation schedule, which was the schedule. So we'll keep track of all these assets that it has to do with IT, switches, firewalls, PCs, laptops. So as those are being replaced, but typically you have a life cycle for 3 years. You need to start thinking about replacing machines, most organizations, 5 years. Trying to replace them.
So my next question, and this just in your professional opinion, because I know we're just now, this bill is just through August, September hasn't even been counted. Do you think that our cost is gonna go down by entering into a contract? And how do the contracts, are they annual, 3 year, 5 year?
I think we're the only IT company. I'm extremely flexible. I've got over 250 companies, I think I mentioned, that we support. Some small, some big, some of them national. We provide IT services literally for our competition. Our competition actually reaches out to us in certain instances and asks us to help them on certain projects. But if you look like number of tickets per month, in this little report, then you can also see the hours that you guys are spending, number of hours per month for the last year. So you can see how it's flattening out. The tickets are flattening out, so we're making a lot of progress. So the invoices that you guys mainly are getting right now, I actually put in the last 3 months of the invoices that you've received when it comes to your block time, as well as the invoices that contain your monthly, which is your Microsoft Office 365 Premium Edition, which has a lot of bells and whistles when it comes to the security side of things that you need. Lots of security products, both for endpoint servers, backups. So those on one of those invoices, if you'll look, it has that whole list, and that's something you gotta be careful about talking about between those specific products.
I don't have what you have in front of you, I don't. Oh, yes,
It's right here. This.
And that goes up and down based on the number of users and the number of computers. So that's how that's priced.
So let me ask this, hold on, let me get
It's
you.
kind of like a bulk discount almost. It's getting.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, obviously, if you have less people, you have less support, so that number goes down. Less backups because you don't have the email associated with that.
But also too, just based on our needs is what our price point would be. So let me ask this, and I could be talking crazy. Is there a way that we could, I guess, see some sort of proposals, like, I guess, a couple of different proposals, so that we can pick the best plan for us?
You can, yeah, there's gonna be some basics, like on the security side of things, we have to have that, that's a base on that side. It's number of people, number of computers, the security stack, your backups. And then there's different levels of security. Restaurants can have different levels of security than the city. Yes, ma'am.
So how do we request that, or since you already
Oh,
know?
we can, yeah, we know, we've been working with you guys long enough.
Uh-huh,
I absolutely can provide you, the goal, we've dealt with, I guess, 4 different people now, I believe. So the progress, we have got probably about close to about 80% where we want to be.
mm-hmm,
Stabilizing the system and making sure you guys are in compliance with the regulatory requirements. But, there's been a shift in who our technical contact has been, I think 4 times this year. So we've had to kind of shift and, change priorities on some things, but like I said, we're almost there, set for it. So, from the pricing standpoint, I can give you the pricing standpoint, because the ultimate goal is to just have a flat price outside of special projects, and somebody can come in and say, hey, we're building a new fire station, and we're gonna need 4 new computers, right? And those would be the outliers. Truth be told, I thought I started this company, this kind of my baby. And we also provide support to some of the other IT companies that I own, with partners, and then other IT companies that are, other managed services companies. But when it comes to churches and cities and nonprofits and things like that, we really try to work as a team from a budgetary standpoint. So as long as we're not just absolutely just losing money just month after month, I'm very, very flexible. I can't really tell you. I mean, maybe I had to guess probably 1 or 2 times in probably the last quarter that we've even charged for something outside of contract. That should have been charged outside of contract.
okay. So how long do you think you could get us something like that so we can take a look at it? Because I think we want to get the most cost-effective choice, because, and we also don't want to be on a month-to-month to whereas.
I 100% agree.
So how soon do you think you can get something like that to us so we can,
I'd say if you can you give me a week?
I thought you was gonna say a
I've
month.
been working with you guys long enough.
Okay.
We're over a year actually.
So we can have it by the next council meeting, so, we'll give it to us in a week, that way we can look over it. and-
Yeah, I'm headed out of town on the 1st of October and be gone for a couple of weeks for a company, one of my company's albums, and we've got to do that and we'll get together. So I'll be out from the 1st of October, I think I'll be returning on the 15th. But I should be able to get that to you sooner than that, so if you need me to come and present, great person, answer the questions, et cetera, certainly could accommodate that. Anytime outside of this.
Okay, thank you so much, and
Yep.
and you have a, contact person now, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the things I do want to mention is that maybe November, after everything gets settled as far as budget wise, we do seriously need to have a talk and kind of, so you guys can kind of get a feel from the security side.
Okay.
Where we are from a security and regulatory compliance.
Well, is that something we can do, like, once you send us the contract?
I will make time anytime you guys want to try to meet up.
Okay.
But again, those are going to be things that we're going to be talking very specific about where we are with the security, where it started from, what it's looking like, just to keep you guys.
So one of the requests, so once you send over that contract for us to take a look over, will you just send a separate addendum just saying, hey, we need to make time to discuss these things? So that way, when you send, I'm assuming Shannon's your contact, so we can get that scheduled.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
I don't have any more questions, y'all. Yeah.
No, you got them all.
All right, thank you so much for coming.
All right, nice talking to you guys.
Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is Luann Anderson, Accounting Manager, to discuss budget amendments for IT services and legal invoices. You doing all right tonight, Luann?
Doing great. How are y'all?
Good.
Yes, on the topic of BTEC,
I think you all have my handouts. We need a budget adjustment. Base of B-Tech invoices. The invoices to get us through September total $20,757. We have $392 encumbered, so that will go toward those. And then we're also over budget right now by $3,633. So the total amount that we need to increase the budget is $23,998.68. And that needs to come from our carryover fund balance.
And the reason we're over in this line item is because of this B-Tech stuff, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Related question. Phone system status, and how does that fit into the edges of this?
That would be a Shannon question. She's dealing with that.
I have an appointment on Thursday with Forerunner. She's coming in and she's gonna walk the building and all of our buildings and put eyes on the phones so that she can give us a price on new ones.
And what about the agreements with the people?
We can end it within 30 days, so notice either way.
So another handout to do with B-Tech, I think it's also in your packet that David gave you, but the amount that we've spent monthly since December. And then there's also all the different companies that go into this line item in the budget, the tele network line item. We pay Rico, B-Tech, Sylacauga Utilities Board, and a small amount to the insurance company for cyber insurance.
In April, is that when we got all the new computers and stuff?
We got some in April, yes.
Is that why it was higher?
Yes. Had a lot of changing out security things in April.
I have any more questions about the B-Tech stuff? She has something on here for the legal invoices too. You also have something, a budget amendment for the legal invoices, and I don't know if this is probably you or a Win question.
Which, for Alexander Hyde?
Yeah, because we got 2 invoices here.
Yes.
One's for June and one is through July.
Right.
So tell me just to make sure, it says the total balance due now, it says $14,200. That's for one of them. And this one says balance due now, $15,560. So is the July one a carryover from June, or are these 2 separate amounts?
You're looking at Alexander Hyde, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure we're on the same page here. Yeah, no, it should be circled there. In the invoice for July, the amount 1,360 is circled.
uh-huh.
And on the one for June, the amount.
5,400?
5,400.
I know
So
it.
that's what we owe.
But it's saying, so what is this balance due now and
That-
then total payments?
That's some way that they do their bookkeeping. Victoria and I don't really understand it, but we know that all we owe, we pay all the invoices.
Okay, so we're
Except for
only,
these 2.
we're only approving this, 5,400 and the 1,360, right?
Correct.
So it's trailing off.
And then, that account is $1,000 over budget, so we need to add that, so it's 7,670.
That's the total amount that you need for the amendment?
Yes.
Is the amount on the, hold on. Let me know if y'all find it. I see it, number 12, $7,760. That's what it says.
7,670. Is that what it says?
It says 7,760. What is it?
Should be 7,670. Oh, no, you're right.
Uh-oh.
I looked at it wrong.
Okay.
7,760.
All right. Okay. That's it. That's all I have. That's all the questions I have, y'all. Y'all got any more for Luann?
It's the general ledger sheet here. Is that her?
Yeah.
Yep.
The general ledger sheet, that's yours, Sue Luann? The balance
Yes,
sheet?
that's, it's a balance sheet, I believe,
Yeah.
what it says? Yeah. That's only for the operating fund or a general fund. So that doesn't include all the other funds. And I just included that so you could see what's in that carryover balance that we're pulling from. It's like 23 million, I think.
And also too, did we ever figure out what was left in capital? Did we ever get a, total dollar amount on that capital?
No. Do you know off the top of your head? She remembers numbers and I don't. So.
I know that we've got right at a little over 2 million for drainage paving, where the mayor's probably gonna answer that in a little while, how much is left in it. The,
But that's not capital, that's from the
Yeah,
bond
that's-
proceeds, that's different.
but, I'll email it to you in the morning.
All right.
The whole spreadsheet.
Yeah.
You email it to us when you
No,
get
she
it?
gonna email it to, you're gonna email it to all of
All of
us.
us.
Send us a balance on like all of the accounts. Cause remember, we also, and that brings me back to the budget stuff. Cause we also asked for a list of the balances on all accounts and what can be,
What they can be spent.
yeah, what they can be spent on. And that brings me to the budget stuff, cause I know Shannon, I asked you, to start the meeting at 4 and just give us whatever budget stuff you had. And I know you said you didn't have it because the mayor wasn't ready to give it to us, or y'all don't have it. I just trying to get an understanding, because we still haven't received the budget.
No, you haven't. I would look forward to after the runoff.
Okay.
Next Tuesday.
So by law, we do have to have a budget passed by, October 1. So we do have a resolution here, and it says, be it resolved that that the City Council of City of Sylacauga hereby authorize continual fiscal operations of all city functions and departments under fiscal year 2025 budgets until fiscal year 2026 budgets are adopted. So we are gonna have to put this in place. But the only thing is that means everybody's still gonna have to come to the council to get anything that wasn't budgeted last year approved. And we're still gonna have to have some
That's
sort
training
of.
and all, correct?
That's everything. That's every single thing. So if it wasn't approved last year, it can't be done. Alright, so, alright, just so we can have an operating budget. And let me see, is that on here, Shannon?
Operating budgets are very funny, you know. When I first came in office, I actually remember in 2016, we wound up going into the 6 months of the next year before we got the budget passed. Of course, that's not gonna happen this time. Our budget's so close, it's unbelievable.
I know,
We've
but,
had 4 top people out sick on medical leave. We got 2 of them back this week. And, but I've been, had some issues, you know, with the assistant executive for quite some time now.
Yes,
So I just wouldn't about got it. And I think you're going to be well pleased with it. It's, very little increase since last year from 17, and we'll go up to over 18 million. We will have a sufficient amount of surplus.
So it's ready, we just not gonna get it yet.
We haven't tweaked everything, but it looks pretty good right now.
So we need to do an add item for the continuing resolution.
I agree.
but Shannon, just remember, we budget for items, not dollar amounts. If it's not,
Everybody has already purchased everything just about that they had budgeted for. Now it's just operating expenses.
I know it, but
Just
I'm
what
saying-
keeps us running every day.
but I'm saying, once we put this resolution in place, even if something is different from last year, they can't buy it without
There's
coming.
nothing gonna be different from last year.
There is this training, and I think some other things, went up, maybe, the audit went up, was it, there was something else that increased
But
too.
those won't
Yeah,
go
the-
into effect until after the new budget.
We've also got to make sure that there's any money left over in the budget. There's no license to spend it. Once we finish with the year, it needs to be frozen.
We get some microphones, so we can't hear.
I know, I couldn't hear, them talking at that microphone either. I thought it was just me. I couldn't hear anything. Is this better?
I need to put mine on too.
I thought it was just
That's the
me.
first. How about that, Miss Laura?
All right, so add item for that.
Wow.
Where did I just do it wrong?
Are you adding the resolution to?
Yeah.
It's already on there.
That's what I was thinking. What number
It's
is
already
it?
on there.
Which number is it?
17, no, it's,
16.
16.
Okay.
All right. Put this one back. All right, next item, discussion by airport personnel regarding applications for grants for fiscal year 26.
Hey guys, I got Chris Grace with Barge Design. He is our engineer and he's here to answer any questions you guys got.
And I'll just make a quick introduction. Chris Grace, I'm with Barge Design Solutions out of Birmingham. Been the airport consultant for maybe 30 years.
Can you speak up just a little bit, Mr.
I
Chris?
think it's that microphone.
It is the mic, it's not, it is
Do we have
on.
one to swap it out with?
That's what goes to your mouth.
Any better? Worse? No?
I thought it was me.
But also on the city council in Chelsea.
I'm missing my meeting tonight in Chelsea. I'll be here with you. I'm Chris Grace. I'm with Barge Design Solutions. We're your engineering consultant at the airport. I'm here, Wade asked me to be here tonight answering questions. Apparently there's some questions about wanting to get a resolution every year for airport funding, and I'm prepared to address that and answer any of the questions you may have related to your budget or to what's happening out there at the airport with respect to our services. So with that, I guess I'll say you've got a wonderful airport. You've got an asset that is an economic engine, the envy of a lot of cities, including the city that I live in. And typically, your maintenance for that asset comes from the federal government in the form of 90 to 95% funds. The State of Alabama channels fund from the FAA every year. That cycle runs with their fiscal year cycle, and from August 1st to September the 30th. Annually, they have a call for projects, and they ask us as the consultants and your airport board, what projects do you want to do? So every year you get $150,000 in entitlement money that can be rolled up to 3 years, and then you compete, and that $150,000 is in 25 and 26, those are 95% participation funds. So this is responsible for half of that max. So 95% comes from the federal government, 2.5% comes from the state, 2.5% comes from the city. State also allows you to compete for state apportionment money, which is also at that reimbursement rate, and also discretionary money, which is also at that rate. Those are your federal grant programs. There are 2 state grant programs. One is 75-25 money, 75 state, 25 local participation for pavement maintenance. We don't use that very often. We don't see a lot of cities using that very often because of the 25% grant. Why would I do something at 25% reimbursement rate when I can do it for 2.5% reimbursement rate? And then the last grant that the state administers are 50-50 capital grants. So you can do hangars, you can do fuel farms, most any capital project that you want to do that you couldn't fund with federal dollars, you would fund with this state 50-50 grant, and that's limited to it's up to $500,000. You can do as much as you want to do. We've got a project today for Auburn that's going to get $500,000, and their max is going to be $2.5 million for a large hangar. Those are your three primary grant programs, and so every year the state asks us for what do we think that the airport needs. We go back, we tell them what we think you need, and then as a part of their requirements, they ask our sponsors, which you are the sponsor for the airport, to put a resolution together that says that if a grant is offered, that you'll match the grant. It's not a commitment per se. We've had cities back away from grants if match was a problem. We would advise that. But if money doesn't become available, obviously you're not obliged to pay the state any money. But this is something we have to do every year, every cycle. So you will make a grant resolution in September. I think those grants are due next week. The pre-application rather, is due in September. That'll roll around to probably April, May timeframe, and we'll bid a project and we'll make an actual application for the following fiscal year. This particular year has been a little unusual in that our grant cycles have run long just because of the changes in the federal government, the different policies, and frankly, the lack of staff at the FAA. A lot of people have left the FAA in this year. And so those grant funds, we're getting some grant funds allocated just this week, as a matter of fact, which is, we all know the fiscal year is coming upon us. You're already talking about your budget, so is the federal government. And So this is what we're asking for, something that we ask for every year. You make this resolution, it allows the mayor to sign the grant application, the pre-application, and put you in competition for other grant funds that frankly is at a great rate. I don't know of any other asset that any city owns that you can get 95% money to maintain. So that's the quick summary of what that grant program looks like. That's true for every city that we provide services for. But I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
When's the last time we were awarded something?
Last month,
And what did we buy with it?
you are doing drainage repair projects. You've got a culvert in pretty bad shape that goes under the runway that the state wanted us to do some repairs to. So that project was bid actually in May, and we're just now getting the grant offer for that. That project will probably begin sometime in October. Pretty small project, all told. The year before that, we got a grant for taxiway paving maintenance. That was about $1 million. Actually, it's supposed to be $1.5 million at the time it was over professional services. So, you're taking advantage of this every year. It's working for you. We would encourage you to continue to try to do that as you can.
Yeah, I think this is great. I mean,
What is the pre-application commitment?
I'm sorry.
What is the pre-application commitment? What is it that we're committing to?
So for 26, we are asking for T-hanger taxiways and a T-hanger building. I think that's it. That's all we're asking for in 26.
And what would the city's estimated contribution to that be?
So there's two grants that we're asking for. One is for the T-hanger taxiways would be federal money. The commitment on that, I think, is around $20,000. I didn't bring those numbers in front of me tonight. I should have. The T-hanger itself, I think the airport is going to match. Yeah. So the city wouldn't be out anything on the T-hanger.
But because we own it, we've got to file for it.
Correct. Yeah. You were listed as the airport sponsor. So that money has to come through the city. It can't come through the airport board for whatever reason. That's what they've done.
but this is great because these are things that we would have to do anyway. And if we can get some free monies to help us out,
Yeah.
we may as well take a shot at it.
So somebody's going to get that money. That's what I
Why
tell
not
the
us?
airport sponsor. So why can't it be you?
Why not us? Do I have any more questions?
No, you did good.
Great.
So we had trouble receiving the grant from the FAA.
Yes,
My computer, but we finally got it, but you explained why, because of personnel and because that's the personnel,
Yeah,
apparently that was the reason why.
That's a
But
big
we were able to get it all signed off and get it back to you in time.
Yes, sir. That's correct. Yeah, we didn't lose any money. We didn't send any money back.
Yeah.
So that's the good news.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right, next on the list is Steve Masters, our Park and Rec Director, to present a letter of site approval for the future location of the Park and Recreational Center. No action required by the council. Hello, Steve.
Hey, guys. Just wanted to give y'all a heads up, keep you informed on the progress of the rec center. We were able to get site approval from the Planning and Zoning Commission. We meet again on October the 9th, which will be a public hearing, and that's when we're asking for the conditional use, which will be needed due to the zoning of that piece of property. And we're still moving forward, still designing the building, and we're still hoping to put a shovel in the ground December, January.
Okay, how are we looking on our, the development at the old pool site? How's that construction going?
They've got everything gridded out, they've got their elevations mapped out. We're waiting on the electricians and the plumbers to come in and start trenching. And as soon as they get through trenching, everything will be brought up to grade, and you'll see stuff start coming out of the ground very soon.
Okay, sounds good, I'm excited.
And what about the South Highland
Ah,
project?
South Highland project, the restrooms are finished, the plumbing and everything is. We're waiting on the metal door to go on the left-hand side. They make these doors to the size of the opening, and it's a very slow process. He told me we're probably the 1st of October we'll have that door in. Once we have that door, we'll go in and run our electrical lights and stuff like that, which will probably take a week or two, and we'll start moving it out.
All right, you're going to have to make some sort of pictures and post on social media so
Right.
everybody knows that it's back and better than ever.
Hard enough progress, right?
We do need our signs.
You said it. I know it. I did request those. I guess we didn't get enough votes to get those signs.
We out of money.
Thank you. All right, next on the agenda, Corporal Angela Tate to request approval to apply for the Project Lifesaver Grant through the Alzheimer's Foundation of America for fall 2025 and spring 2026. Hey Angela, how are you tonight?
Hi, I walked in just in time.
You did.
Sorry. I wanted to get permission to be able to file for the grant again through the Alzheimer's Foundation of America for Project Lifesaver. And they do it November 14th, and they have a spring one in July 11th of next year.
I agree.
Any match or just a full grant?
I'm sorry?
Any match or just a full grant?
Just full grant.
Okay.
Let me ask you, so what are y'all gonna specifically buy if awarded the grant?
It'll go to bands, more bracelets, if any of our equipment goes bad. So far, we're doing good. We just need to get some more transmitters, and we're always getting bands to redo, because every 60 days I
Okay.
change batteries and stuff.
All right, sounds good. Y'all have any more questions for Angela?
No, but that's good.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
All right, next on the list is Heather Long, A&F Administrative Assistant, to discuss refund of garbage fees to Nichols Edwards, I was about to say Nichols Lawson.
We need a refund.
At 1796 Oakville Road for overcharge for, second cart. So Heather, this is just something that we,
Yeah, they requested the cart to be removed on July 1st, and they still got billed for July and August.
okay, just make sure you do not send that refund to Nichols Lawson Middle School. All right. Next on the agenda is Stephanie Engel, Animal Shelter, to discuss temporary employee extension. Hey Stephanie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Hopefully you're feeling okay.
I'm getting there. It's been a little slower than I thought, but I'm coming.
Okay, so you're asking for an extension on your temp employee?
Yes, just because, we've been short-staffed forever, and I know that a lot of people are scheduled to take the civil service exam tomorrow for a couple open positions. I'm probably gonna have a second surgery and then radiation, so it's gonna be a little touch and go for the next few weeks. So I think I'm gonna,
So what are you asking for? How long are you asking?
at least another month,
I didn't hear, I'm sorry.
a month,
1 month?
4 weeks, yeah.
4 weeks? Okay, I don't see a problem with it, do y'all?
We should probably go ahead and make it 2, just in case that way we won't get
Yeah.
stuck in another meeting.
So how do you feel about that? So we recommend we just go ahead and make it 2 just to cover it.
That would be great, thank you.
Alright, so we're doing 8 weeks. Shani, you heard? Is that on here? We need to change it?
14, I think I just did that.
Just scratch through it.
I know, I just still wanna make sure I, do it, or I don't be in the zone reading just to get to
It
the.
doesn't give a specific number. It's item 14 on the agenda.
I didn't hear, I can't hear, what did you say, Laura?
It's item 14. It doesn't have a specific
It
number on
doesn't
it.
say, so we should also say for 8 weeks.
Alright,
We're up to 8 weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Keep smiling.
alright,
I have 2 things.
alright,
Okay.
you say you have 2?
Yes, I did. Shannon, I sent through, we need to add the agenda tonight, the vapor tax ordinance.
It's up
It's
there.
already on there.
Just the last item. Now, did we properly advertise this ordinance?
Don't have to. We
Okay.
can suspend the rules and do it.
Okay.
And this, if we don't do it, we don't have the ability to ever get this tax except as it's apportioned through the state. Most municipalities are doing this. It's just one of those things.
And also too, like, I want you to explain the floodplain thing, like you explained it to me, because I was a little,
Mike's here to explain it
Yeah,
to you.
Oh.
Mike can do that.
it wasn't on the work session, that's why.
Then I have one more thing, Mike.
Oh,
Well, there's a public hearing for it.
okay, but I just wanted to.
We can explain it in the work session. Basically, we have to do this so that people can buy insurance. That's the simplest way of putting it. So Mike will explain it during there.
Okay.
One other thing.
Ah, come on
Oh, go
down,
ahead.
David.
We're just here to answer questions if you have it.
I don't have it, I had some we answered, and I didn't know if anybody else had it, because when I replied, Shannon didn't, kind of ignored me, Shannon. It's okay, it's okay.
I know that everybody's taking some heat for flooding lately. This has nothing to do with that. This is a preemptive. This is to prevent what we're dealing with now from happening in the future. We've been participating in this for quite a while. If we don't continue to participate in it, the people that have flood insurance are likely to have it canceled, and we'll have to stop issuing building permits because we won't have a flood ordinance to go by. I hate that it's at the last minute, but not to go anywhere with this, but as we tried to get it on the agenda for quite a while, and it hasn't made it for one reason or another. And whenever we went back to make sure that what we had as a draft copy, DECA wanted some things changed that they're anticipating FEMA's gonna change, and they wanted to go ahead and get it ahead of its time essentially. So that's why it's taking a minute.
Well, thanks for explaining that.
Thank you for getting it done. One other thing. On September 4th, the City Council approved Resolution 71-2025, directing Mayor Heigl to rescind raises given to city employees in April without City Council approval, and in one case, in violation of city policy. The Chief Examiner of the Alabama Department of Examiners of Public Accounts, after a careful review of city policies and procedures, concluded in a letter to Mayor Heigl on August 4th that the raises were given without proper council approval. On September 10th, the mayor advised the council that he was vetoing our resolution. However, by law, a mayor only has veto authority on matters of a permanent nature, which this was not. The council was not changing any policy, but rather, as the chief examiner also concluded, again asking the mayor to comply with current policies. After consulting with the League of Municipalities attorneys, the city attorney has concluded that the mayor does not have a veto power in this matter and has written the mayor advising him that he does not have veto authority. The resolution authorized and directed the city attorney to take the necessary steps to ensure compliance. I am wondering if the mayor intends to comply or if we need to overrule, which would be action we would take tonight.
Well, that's compliant, we got it.
So yes?
Yes, I have no other authority. You will raise my veto. No, it was
When do we need to take any further action since he's agreed to comply?
I didn't hear what he said, I'm sorry. Can you?
We're going to reimburse her the 70 cents an hour, which she's accumulated so far.
So you're not vetoing it anymore?
I vetoed it once. You overruled my veto.
So what
So
he's
no,
asking,
when he's not.
so what he's asking is, what Lee is asking, do we need to take any further action since he's verbally agreeing to comply?
Although I don't understand the reference to 70 cents an hour, I don't know what I.
That was
Well, that's
from
that's what a degree called for, but the step rate is 70 cents an hour.
Okay, so the mayor says he's gonna comply.
Maybe you're gonna comply by doing what? I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing.
I'm going to talk to the HR, talk to her about reimbursing that pay that she has received for her degree in HR.
Okay,
But it wasn't just for HR.
Now, I
The
do
degree
have,
wasn't HR. It was separate from her degree that she received when she was hired, which was in business.
But it's the.
When she was refused her first degree in business when she was hired, and she went after a business a degree in HR for the past 5 years, and when she got it,
We're not talking about that, we're talking about two different.
There was two separate raises that were given
but
without
you're
council.
calling back her original pay raise for the degree, because it didn't come to you first.
Yes, and the one
So
for
now we
the,
can come back to you and ask for it.
and you can come back and ask for the one for the interim city clerk.
Madam President, may I
That's
ask,
the clerk. You want to take Shannon's away from her too?
It wasn't given properly,
I will ask for both of them then.
but I think we're just gonna have to reissue the ordinance.
Madam President, may I ask something?
Yes.
Okay, I inquired today on if any, because I know that when we do the budget, we budget for the positions, not the actual person in the positions, right? So when we budgeted for the city clerk's position, we're still under budget and we'll be under budget for that position.
We got the money, there's no doubt.
Now, we're over on the HR, and I agree that, you know, the HR should have been, but the city clerk position is still gonna come out under budget this year.
I understand what you're saying, but everybody's forgetting the law. The fact of the matter is, the raises were not given properly. Anytime a raise or anything that's having to do with money, it has to come through the council.
Well, I agree with HR, but I was just saying, since the city clerk's position, because I mean, the city clerk's position is budgeted as city clerk, not for Shannon in that position, not for Nicole and other people who are in that position. It's budgeted for whoever is fulfilling that role.
I don't think I understand what you're saying, Laura. Maybe we're saying two different things.
Well, I contended that you approved our educational policy, and she fell into that policy.
We're talking about Shannon. I feel like
I know, but you're
Shannon's case is
accurate.
different.
It's not, they're both the same. Both raises were given without council approval. That's it. Like, they both were given without us approving them, so they have to be rescinded and paid back. And the letter clearly says that the mayor can come back and ask for Shannon a 5% increase. But it also says that, down here at the bottom, that she's already exceeding the maximum salary amount on the final step of the, city's approved compensation plan.
Well, that answers it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
That's
it
only for
from
my
Sandy.
position.
That's for her actual
For his
That's our
position.
role position.
But still, no matter how we say it or how we cut it, the raises were given illegally,
Okay.
they have to be rescinded and the money has to be paid back. And you can come back and ask for Shannon to have hers, but as of right now, it has to be fixed.
But I would like to point out though, just one more thing. I did ask what line that Shannon's pay was coming out of, and it's not coming out of her old position. It's coming out of the city clerk's budgeted position.
But it doesn't matter where the money is
Okay.
coming from, is what I'm saying.
Because she's not topped out, and if she's in the city clerk role.
Again, it still doesn't matter where the money's coming from. The money was given illegally, and according to this from the chief examiner's office, according to state law, the raises have to be rescinded and they have to be paid back.
Did you file for an AG? Somebody asked for an AG's opinion. I think it was the mayor maybe on this.
No, I haven't done anything.
Okay, somebody, was it you, Mayor, that requested an AG's opinion or something concerning this?
Actually, somebody from the Attorney General's office is who put me in contact with the Chief Examiner's office. That's where I got this, that's where I got this from.
Gotcha. I was
And we just
curious.
now got our letter today, thank the Lord for that.
Thank you, that's it.
All right, so hold on, so both things
Well,
you
wait,
said.
Mayor, you're saying that you now understand what that letter from the examiner says and that you're gonna comply.
I comply to that since you overruled my veto, I have no other choice but to go ahead and follow with respect. I'll request the council in writing to make the adjustments in paying the two employees.
But you're agreeing to that, but that doesn't override your veto in case.
Well, that's why you haven't even voted on it yet, have you?
When, could you advise us on what next steps we need to take so that this in fact does happen? The mayor issued a veto. We're challenging the veto. The veto has been overruled. So what do we need to do now? Do we need to,
Do they need to vote on it?
Veto has not been overridden, he's agreeing to do what the resolution
Well,
said he
so-
would do.
so now that we have it on,
It needs to be on the record, they're overriding my veto.
That's what I'm saying.
But
They need to do that.
you don't go on the record to override a veto that's not a legal veto. He doesn't have the right to veto, so it can't be, we can't take action to unauthorize something that's not authorizable.
But it is a permanent thing. When you get somebody a raise, that affects their income, that affects their social security, affects their.
That's not the point. The point is the raise was given without council approval. It's not that a raise was given. The raise was given without council authorization, both of them.
How can we remedy this? Can we remedy
About
this?
overriding the veto of what he was directed to do in that resolution.
So what action do we need to take to override the veto that's not a
We
veto
have to
because it?
repass it.
Okay, we'll reintroduce it tonight and repass it. Same resolution number.
Yes.
Add it in your notes there, Mr. President.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It's the same one. It's a copy from last time. It's 71/2025, so it needs to be added as an add item.
But, so we gotta repass something that's already been approved and passed?
That's-
Yeah,
that's
because
what-
he's vetoing it, that's what our legal counsel says, because he vetoed it, we're challenging the veto, so once we put this back in place, he can't veto it again.
Right.
Which number you said it is?
71/2025.
All right, how are we gonna word this?
So,
Authorizing,
reauthorizing 71/2025.
all right, that's,
We need to figure out a way to remedy this though, at least for people. And all the remedy is for the mayor to request it to be placed on the agenda, right?
Correct.
yes, but that's the policy though, that's already in place, that's how we've
But-
always done
It's been
it.
the law for
Mayor,
15 years.
I asked you last meeting, may I ask you again, will you ask to put these raises on the agenda for the council to officially pass? So we can remedy this situation?
They'll all be in writing. Leave the record that it's over.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Same as this one though, right? This one.
Did everybody get it?
No, this was mine to
Yeah,
sign
same-
without.
same thing.
Okay. Alright, so we do have a public hearing too, so we are gonna have to start at 6, we got like 3 minutes, is that it? Does anybody else have anything else?
Okay, this is, different. I have a number of 2 pages. This is the one we do. This one's different.
This
I'll tell you
is,
something before you start that, please.
Can you speak in the microphone, Mr. Livingston, so I can hear, please?
Okay.
where did mine go? I had one I just wrote on.
The only thing I forgot to tell you on this, overriding the veto or repassing the ordinance, it has to be done, each of you asked and recorded on the minutes that you each voted the way you voted.
Okay, so I have to do a roll call vote?
Yes.
Alright.
Now, is this one more question for you, Lynn, about this ordinance. Is this gonna set us up for litigation, more litigation? Since it's not on to be remedied?
Cool thing to do today.
Since it's not on the what?
Like agenda to be remedied, like since it wasn't requested to be placed on here, are we going to possibly face more litigation? I just don't want the taxpayers' money wasted again on stuff that we could have fixed.
Laura, we've added things to this agenda,
No.
I don't know how many times, but this is something that we've already requested. And we
Right.
asked the mayor, had he already fixed it, and he agreed that he had not. So that's why it keeps continuing from each meeting to meeting. So this isn't something new that's gonna be introduced, this is something
No, I
that we've
know.
been working on.
I know
For
it,
months.
I just know with, previous patterns,
To answer your
precedents.
question, anything that you do, somebody can file a lawsuit.
Right.
Whether you did it right or not, and people do that. So that's, I would say no, it's not any more danger of anything else. Right.
I know, I went back and I researched and I say, we did not pass a raise for someone else, and I don't think they should have to pay it.
There's an EOC complaint that will resolve that.
Okay.
We've already been hit with a possible EOC complaint.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And I'm paying for the attorney that's representing us in that action.
Okay, so our insurance, will our insurance?
He's already working on
Okay, good. So that means our insurance probably will go up though, since
it.
we
Not
already.
necessarily. Everybody said it was gonna double this year and it happened.
Guys, we can pause this and come back to it, but we are gonna have to start at 6 because we have a public hearing.
What now?
I said, it's 6 o'clock. We are gonna have to start the meeting
Okay,
at
thank
6.
you.
But if you have some more questions, we can come back to it after the meeting, but we
Thank
gotta
you.
start at 6. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order, thanks, Wayne, call the meeting to order at 6 PM. Roll call, Laura Heath here, Lee Perryman, Nate Brewer.
Here.
Ashton Fowler.
Here.
Invocation was provided by Park and Rec Director Steve Masters, and now we're gonna stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Mayor Hyder, do you have a report for us?
I have something I'd like to present to the public. Chief, welcome back. Okay. This evening, we are proud to present certificates of appreciation for some of our first responders, the citizens of Sylacauga. Certificate of appreciation is certificate is proudly presented to Clinton Tapley in recognition of your heroic participation in saving the life of Joey Sheardon of Shelnut on August the 22nd, 2025. Your courage and swift actions reflect the highest standard of compassion and professionalism. Presented by the city of Sylacauga, September the 16th, 2025, to save the life of and is to also save the entire world. Chief, would you like to give the rest of them out?
Well, you can continue on. Okay.
Savannah Vanderbilt. You come forward, is she here?
Yes.
All proclamations read the same. Lou Murphy. First time. Lieutenant Clint Payton. Wendy Higginbottom. Dr. Carrie Morgan.
Dr. Morgan is a cardiologist from Mississippi, and he wasn't able to be here tonight, being a weekday night. So his nephew Landon, who's one of our football players, is here as a stand-in. I'll just take a minute. You know, this is a great showcase of what community is all about. You know, people who are willing to jump in when a moment calls for it to help somebody else in need. You know, and in a situation like this, you know, the chain of survival was followed to a T, and because of it, you know, these guys here gave Joey Sheldon a chance at life. So this is it's really incredible, and it's really special to be able to be a part of this, and really special to have community members like this representing Sylacauga.
This way, one more for everybody's eyes.
Maybe we can get a picture with Joey and all of our local heroes up front, if that's okay, Joey?
Come on, Sheldon.
And all of our local heroes. Where are the heroes? We need the heroes of the pictures as well. I was about to say, you're the youngest party officer I ever been. How you doing?
Here, scoot right here and hide beneath your shoulders.
All right, my turn. 1, 2, 3. One more. All right.
Thank y'all.
you, guys.
Good job.
Council, if I may, too, real briefly, a couple months ago, we had Alabama Power here, and we talked about the 9/11 mobile exhibit that was coming to Opelika. That finished up today, and the training association that, our department is part of was integral in making that happen, and it was, to say it superseded our expectations is an understatement. In the 6 days it was here, we had over 6,200 visitors come through the exhibit. 1,500 of those were the students, and the remainder were just the general public that came and absolutely outdid themselves for that exhibit being the first time here in the state of Alabama. So
Wow.
we definitely gave them something to remember, and they said they'll definitely put it on their calendar to be back at some point.
Wow, thank you, Chief.
Thanks, Nate.
Mayor, do you have anything else for us?
That's all, Madam President.
Okay, I need a motion to amend or adopt the agenda.
Amend, adding the 2 items to 1 item.
Okay. I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? Motion passes. Okay. On to new business. We have a public hearing set to receive public input on ordinance number 2286-25, the floodplain development ordinance. We do have a copy of that ordinance if anybody would like to see it. So, I'm gonna announce speakers are listed to 5 minutes each, and groups presenting or supporting the same or similar opinions are limited to 1 representative per speaker. Also, too, we should have a sign-in sheet going around. Just make sure everybody before you leave to sign that, because we do have a public hearing. So if there's anyone who would like to come up and, speak about the, floodplain ordinance or ask any questions, now is the time. Okay. All right, any speakers? We're going once, twice. All right, we're gonna, we're gonna close the, floor for public comments. All right, so I need a motion for a council member to introduce.
I'll introduce.
These are all, it's, the first and second one.
The what?
If you go look, instead of taking action immediately following the public hearing, you just do the next public hearing and then you do it with your regular meeting.
Just do. Well, you can suspend the rules and take the.
But why did she did it differently. This is.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
separate, okay, got
Let me,
it, got
it's
it.
gonna throw me off. I'm gonna have to do it the regular way, okay? So if to consider at this meeting, I need an introduction by a council member. That was you, Nate?
Yes, ma'am.
Ashton? All right. If to take action at this meeting, I need a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion.
Heard Nate first. Second? Second. Laura? All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? All right. If unanimous, I need a motion to pass.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
I heard Lee. All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? All right, motion passes. All right, next item, public hearing to receive public input on resolution, 73-2025 to place an avalon lien on property located at 805-811 North Main Avenue, also known as parcel ID number 27-09-29-1-015-00.00 for monies expended to perform nuisance abatement on said property. I'm now gonna open the floor for, public comments. Remember, each speaker is limited to 5 minutes. If you are representing, more than one person is representing similar, same group, we're asking that you nominate 1 speaker. How you doing tonight, Mr. Beeson?
We find that out.
Good.
We met with you, council, last August 20th of 2024. We made an agreement to demolish 4 houses and clean up the lots on the property you mentioned there. We did place the asbestos into roll-offs from GFL. We cleaned up the lots. We did leave approximately 300 concrete blocks that were good from the houses that would be sold to Cardin Beautification. That was done on the property, and Josh saw that on there. And he did not tell me that we had to move those blocks. We completed all work and cleaned up all the lots and put up the privacy fence where you could not see the 108 behind it. And I have pictures of it. I have we're not going to do that, you don't have your TV. Anyway, we cleaned all the up by January the 16th, which Josh had gave me till the 18th January. So I did not hear from Josh anymore. I did not call him. He did not call me. He did not come by my office. He didn't contact Ben until January the 28th, around 6 o'clock. He called me to tell me that that a contractor was going to be at the property the next morning on the 29th to finish cleaning up what we did not do. We did clean up the property. There was a privacy fence. Only thing left on the property was concrete blocks. Okay? And I can show you pictures of it and everything later. I have it right here. I won't get into that. The only way I found out about this meeting tonight was I saw it on Jimmy Dale's show. I heard it on Jimmy Dale's show one morning. He announced it. When? I may have sent that to Ben, but he didn't send it to me or my daughter Angie. I'm sorry. We did not receive any certified mail. So we have not had time to prepare legal counsel. So on January 29th, I went to North Main Avenue, and the contractor Mint's machine was working, removing concrete pad that was between the house. It was level with the ground. I have a picture of it, level with the ground. It's 4 to 6 inches thick. He pulled it up out of the ground. It's 20 by 20. He pulled it up and hauled it away. He had there was no reason to do that, except Josh told him to. He also pushed Ben's concrete blocks into a pile, broke them. Nate was there watching it.
Absolutely.
I'm proving it. Okay? It says on the check that all debris was be removed and hauled to GFL landfill, Plant Road, Childersburg, Alabama. I went to GFL landfill, Childersburg, Alabama, and Mint's did not take that stuff there. They have no record of Mint's bringing anything on the 29th or the 30th there. He charged us $15,000 to haul that debris from that property. There was not $15,000 worth of debris there. Where are the concrete blocks? He also pushed down a wire fence that was dividing the property, the two properties, and you may not realize it, but there is an alley there. The alley has not been cleaned or anything. Ben used to keep it clean. He used to keep it clean years ago, but it's all grown up. Okay, so we cleaned everything to the fence line. That's what we thought was the property line. Josh could have come and told me that that is not the property line, but he did not. He hired Mintz and paid him the city paid him $25,000 for 1.5 days' work before he did the work. Who approved that check? Did y'all?
Josh, do you want to come in on this? Because I know we've been here a few times and I'm pretty sure Mr. Deason was given proper notice and everything that was supposed to happen, he was notified of it, correct?
Yes, ma'am. As far as the alleyway, that's something that we found in the title search
Mm-hmm.
that had, basically the city had stepped away from and never decided to pursue using.
Mhm.
And so that was in play with his property.
But everything that,
But we moved everything basically in the alley, not knowing it was an alley. I didn't know it was an alley until I contacted Ray and Gilliam, surveyors, and they told me the alley, there was an alley there. I didn't even know there was an alley there. And we had a fence put up on that, right there, but on that side, on Main Avenue side, that's where the divider was, and that's where we moved everything past that fence except the concrete block. Is that right, Josh? No.
So all the property that was on your property line, you moved into that alleyway.
We did, not knowing it was an alley, we thought it was our property, Ben's property, not my property.
so he just took the stuff and moved it from one like.
Correct.
What we did not put in the GFL containers, I should have said, we did rent the GFL containers for $1,100 each. We'll put a liner in it, and they come and got it, they put a cover over it. Well, that's what you're supposed to do. And some things that were left were some broken concrete blocks and some 2x4s, 4x6s, everything building material, except for asbestos stuff. We did do that.
Okay, well, Mr. Deason, I don't wanna cut you off, but the 5 minutes, the
All right.
5-minute time is up. And Josh, so we're, this is to place the lien on Mr. Deason's property, and what is that dollar amount for the, lien, Shannon?
It's
Well,
over
$6,000.
$46,000.
We need a dollar.
What I would want to do tonight, and I'll shut up, okay?
Okay,
I want 60 to 90 days for litigation to get from my attorney, because we're going to court about this. We're not gonna pay you $46,000 to tear down 4 houses. We're not gonna do it. I'm sorry, we can't. I don't have the $46,000.
I understand,
You know, to tear down the houses. If you ride by there, it looks good. We keeping the grass cut, it's great, it looks great.
I understand, Mr. Deason, so
Okay.
in our process, we have to go ahead and do the next action item on our agenda. And if you do decide to seek legal counsel, that is your right,
We will.
and you'll just, and hopefully you'll have your day in court. But as of tonight, we are gonna, go ahead and decide whether or not we're gonna put the lien on the property.
Okay. But, I know my 5 minutes is up, but I still would like to know who approved the $25,000 check to Mint's machine before it was done. And why Josh did not contact me. I've been cooperating with you the whole time. We've been talking back and forth, not arguing. And you could have called me and said, you didn't go past the property line, you got 1 week to do it. I could have moved everything in 1 day. I could have rented a skid steer for $543, which I just did, and a dumpster for $450, and I could have did the whole job for less than $1,500.
Or Mr. Deason, I'm pretty sure Josh, after this or tomorrow, he can provide you with all the documentation that he sent to you and just a timeline of when things were supposed to be done, just so you can compile all the information that you need, okay?
Okay?
All right.
I still like to know who authorized that check.
Josh can get you that information as well.
And why you pay a contractor before he gets it done? And you're gonna come back and make sure you clean it up right, because you left a bigger mess, and we didn't leave a mess on the property, but the contractor did.
Thank you, Mr. Deason.
Thank you.
Should we table this?
It's a process. We've been through this.
Yeah.
We gotta get our money back.
Wayne has been involved in this, like, this is why we put these things in place. Like, if you read that, this is an abatement ordinance, this is the next step in the process. All right? So, all right, next item, so action that is necessary to approve resolution 73-2025. You got this thing, so,
That's the second one. Second one down, number 10.
why does she have it? That's what I'm reading. That's what mine says.
10-15, that's, mark that out.
So it's 2025.
Yes.
All right, so 73-2025.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. But just for the record, my agenda is wrong, not me. All right. Action that is necessary to approve resolution number 73-2025 to place an ad valorem lien on the property located at 805-811 North Main Avenue, also known as parcel ID number 27-09-29-1-015-00.000 for monies expended to perform nuisance abatement on said property. Do we need to include the dollar amount on these? I think we should. Shannon, what is the
I
dollar?
get that from Josh, the total dollar amount.
All right, make sure that's added into this. If to consider at this meeting, I need an introduction by a council member.
I'll introduce.
All right, if to take action at this meeting, I need a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? If unanimous, I need a motion, to approve.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? Motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve a budget amendment for GL 010-000-399999-000 carryover fund balance to GL 010-586-46595-000 appropriation telenetwork expo in the amount of $23,998.68. I had a motion by council member.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? Motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve a budget amendment from GL 010-511-41580-000 other professional fees to GL 010-511-41540-000 legal fees expense in the amount of $7,760. I need a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? Motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve refund of garbage fees in the amount of $10.48 to the Sylacauga Utilities Board account holder Nicholas Edwards at 1796 Oakville Road for overage charge for second cart. I need a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? All right, motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve extension for up to 8 weeks for one temporary employee for the animal shelter due to unexpected medical leave and shortages. I need a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? Motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve resolution 72-2025, authorizing the airport authority to apply for Alabama Department of Transportation grants for airport improvement projects for fiscal year 26. I need a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? Motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve resolution number 74-2025, authorizing continued fiscal operations of all city functions and department under fiscal year 2025 budget until fiscal year 26 budget is adopted.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? Motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve fiscal year 2025 accounts payable in the amounts of $1,881,235.51. I need a motion?
Motion.
I heard Lee. Second?
Second.
All right, sorry, Ashley, gotta be quicker than that. Heard Laura. All in favor?
Yay.
All right, motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve ordinance number 2287-25 to regulate the sale and distribution of consumable vapor products within the city of Sylacauga. If to consider at this meeting, I need an introduction by a council member.
I'll introduce.
If to take action at this meeting, I need a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Yay.
All right, if unanimous, I need a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Yay.
All right, motion passes. Next item, reauthorizing resolution 71-2025 for the mayor to rescind all unauthorized raises that were given and request all money be paid back in the order that it was given. I'm gonna have to do a roll call vote on this. Laura?
Yay.
I should have said Laura Barlow Heath, Lee Perriman,
Yay.
Nate Brewer,
Yay.
Ashton Fowler,
Yay.
and myself, yes. All right. Next item, this is time for anyone to address the city council. No action to be taken at this meeting. Please come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record prior to addressing the council. Is there anyone who would like to come up and address the council?
Hey, council, Anthony Burner, 7 North Main Avenue. I'm coming here needing assistance, not knowing what else to do. In June, I had the Sylacauga utilities out. They were cutting some power lines, broke my peach trees, damaged my yard, broke a patio. And since then, I still have power lines in my yard. I get no response. I get no assistance. Nate sent emails, nothing. And I don't know where else to go.
And you said
What's
this
your
was,
address?
7 North Main.
and you said this was from the utility board, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You give me, I'll take care of it for you.
Make sure you leave the mayor your contact information too.
I will.
Because we actually was on an email thread together with the utilities board.
Yes.
They told us they was gonna take care of it, they just hadn't had a chance to get out there yet, right?
No, they said they would take care of it, and that was it.
Right.
I didn't get another response, and that started just with Nate a month ago. Haven't heard back. The initial damage occurred from Bradford trees. They drove through my peach tree. It cost us 500 peaches. They fell the week before they were supposed to be harvested. My wife jams for a living. He said he hit it with his mirror of his truck. I have a video of him backing straight through it with a spotter. Went through, couldn't get a call back, couldn't get an email, showed up to Sylacauga Utilities. Finally talked to Deborah Ricks. She said everything you wanted to hear and never responded again until I would call. Every time it would be, you know what? We were just talking about you this morning. We're gonna get back to you today. I had to call Florida to get Bradford trees to pay for the peach tree. Deborah promised that the yard guy would come out and fix my yard. 4 weeks later, I fixed it myself, asked for reimbursement. Dealt with Bradford trees. Finally, after 9 weeks, they paid me for the peach tree. Deborah finally responded. Since you dealt with them, we're not paying you. How is that just for the citizens of this city?
I do apologize for that. So hopefully the mayor, by him directly getting involved, he can help get you some sort of assistance. Just make sure you leave your contact information with him. And Mayor, you're gonna try to contact them tomorrow to try to help them out, right?
All right? Thank you.
I do apologize for that.
I appreciate it.
Mr. Burnett, if you would, keep me posted on that, please.
I will, ma'am.
I'll
Thank you.
keep trying to help the best way I can.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here who would like to address the council? Okay, all right.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
All right. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? Time of adjournment, 6:28. Thank you guys for coming out.